Hi, so for the first reading, Contemporary Reflections on Business Ethics, I chose to answer the question, what role does leadership modeling play in either reinforcing or undermining organizational values? Overall, leaders play a very critical role because their employees look up to them to understand what behaviors are acceptable and expected. When leaders are constantly and consistently demonstrating honesty, fairness, showing up on time, doing things in the right fashion, the right way, they're sending an overall clear message of which values matter. It overall builds trust and reinforces an ethical culture within the company where employees feel supported and also expected to act ethically with integrity and following the same values that the leaders are showing themselves. On the other hand, if leaders behave unethically or ignore the values that the organization is trying to create, there's an overall sense of hypocrisy. It kind of just undermines any type of trust and, hey, you should be doing this. And it kind of just shows, here are our values, here's the words, but we don't actually take it seriously and there's no action. And employees might feel like there's no accountability. It also can lead to employees feeling like they can do things unethically or kind of cut corners. If I see a manager acting this way and there's no repercussions or they're getting things done, I might feel inclined to also do it that way and also cut the corners. So overall, they're overall setting the tone. They're setting what should be modeled and what behaviors the organization should be putting forward and what behaviors are expected from the employees that they should be following. So for the first TED Talk, Muhammad Ali is business ethics an oxymoron. I chose the in what ways might morale mutinous manifest in everyday business decisions. So I think this happens when people avoid using ethical language. Instead of saying, this is wrong, this went bad, they're using vague terms or just staying silent in general. This is making unethical choices just seem normal and kind of being avoided by not fully stating, hey, this is wrong. It also shows up when leaders just avoid conflict overall. They can downplay things by, well, no one really got hurt, or ignore who's affected or what question is being affected by what is happening. And ethics can also only be mentioned when it's easy, but when there's profit at stakes within business, people might just go silent because, yeah, if we mention this, that might affect the profits and the overall outcome and benefit from this business that we're trying to get. So if people are staying silent, bad decisions are going to become okay. Speaking up and naming the ethical issues, talking about them, can really help businesses and leaderships to become overall more reliable. And for the last TED Talk, how ethics can help you make better decisions, I chose, though, what does being ethical mean to you in your professional and or academic life? So in Michael's talk, he was explaining that ethics isn't about just being perfect, choosing the right choice. It's about making thoughtful choices overall, trying to think about and consider how your actions are affecting others and having the ability to reflect on that and also improve when you're making mistakes. So for me personally, being ethical in school is about taking accountability for my work, being honest, showing up, trying to put my best foot forward, and doing my work. There have been classes in the past where I did fall behind, I didn't submit things on time, and at the end of the day, I took accountability. I either met with my professors, emailed them, got in contact with them, and took accountability for what was going wrong. I didn't make up any stories or say, hey, I'm doing this. This happened because of this excuse. I didn't come up with excuses. I said, I didn't show up. I didn't submit the work. Here's the work. Will you accept it? And took it from there. I felt that was more ethical and honest within myself that made myself feel better. And at work, I work as a medical assistant. Being ethical there is more so treating every patient as an individual. It's not just a tally mark and let's get them roomed, get out. I need to be treating them with kindness, respect, listen to what they're saying, properly put in their issues into the chart so the provider can assess them, read it, and not cut corners of, oh, well, you're only in for a physical, so I'm not going to ask about your knee pain. I'm not going to put that in because I want the visit to go quicker. That wouldn't be ethical. To me, ethics is putting in the time and effort with each patient and giving them the respect that they overall deserve. So that is all for this week. Thank you.